Brother Vance, I will do anything for you if you just give me the directions to the Lighthouse. See, my Grimoire score is almost at max, and I need to go to the Lighthouse. So could you please let me go to the Lighthouse? Give me the directions. I would very much appreciate it, and I will show you my satisfaction and my gratitude. Well, you know why I'm here, and I offer everything. Boy, this guy's a chatterbox. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your good friend the King, aka the Scott, welcoming you to yet another Destiny video. This is the Xur Report for week 47, July 31st, 2015. As you can see here, I'm at the reef, trying to talk Brother Vance into giving me the directions to the Lighthouse so I can finally get there and, almost max out my Grimoire score. But instead, we're here to go find Xur. And of course, my belief is that he's here on the reef this week, as he's been back in the tower for, I believe, 6 weeks. So this would be time for him to show up here, and let's go see. Well, you can see there's a big crowd that's already convened over here. So I'm guessing he's actually here. And let's take a look. Oh, there's Mr. Tentacle Face himself. Hello, Xur. What crap do you have for us this week? He's not very chatty. Brother Vance couldn't shut up, but Xur's not saying a word. Oh, I see. So you're shifting the blame, Xur. Items belong to the 9, not him. And let's see if there's anything here worthy of belonging to you. First up, we have no backup plans gauntlets. They're a piece of shit. It increases the duration of force barrier, increased melee attack speed, which is pretty good. Increased reload speed with special weapons, not bad. The roll of 103 is low, but not quite as low as he's offered at some points for this item. Still, this is really a very terrible exotic for the Titan. I would take either of his other pairs of gauntlets for the Titan. I would take just about any helmet or the chest pieces. I would even take the 2 pairs of boots over this. This, I would say, is the worst Titan exotic. So yeah, this is really only for diehards and people who need the whole collection. Other than that, no backup plans. It's a piece of shit. Moving on. For the Hunter, we've got the Knucklehead Radar, and I believe that my good friend Killer is going to be happy about that, as that, I believe, is the only helmet that he does not have. So, he's about to get that. Unfortunately here, again, a low roll. The perk is Radar remains visible while aiming with primary weapons. Now, it basically means it's the third eye perk that many weapons have, but it's for all primaries. So, that's not a bad deal. But the times you're going to use this over the, symbiote helmet or the third man or, even the Celestial Nighthawk are pretty low. It's a bit better than, like, the Arachnid, but overall, again, not a great item. Strength at 106 is low for a helmet. So, yeah, again, I wouldn't say this is the worst Hunter exotic. I mean, it's hard to top the young Ahamkara's spine for that standing, or even the Arachnid helmet, but this is not a great item. And again, a low roll. Again, I would say diehards and collectors only. Over here, we've got the Claws of Ahamkara for the Warlock. And this is an interesting one. I would say this is the best item out of the group, but this is a very weak grouping this week. We've got Discipline at 58 and Strength at 68. Those rolls are okay. I think mine are probably about that. Maybe a little better, maybe a little worse. The main perk here is that you gain an additional charge for all your Warlock charged melees, meaning you get 2 melees. You also get increased melee attack speed and increased reload speed of special weapons. So this is a pretty good item. You know, if you are playing PvP and you need an extra melee charge, you know, this is a good deal. The only problem is the second melee charges very slowly. So a lot of times you're not going to have that second melee except to start, you know, a match. After that, you know, this doesn't have, like, you know, start with melee energy all the time or anything like that. So it's limited. The weapon this week, and yes, he's got a weapon. We have to check that every week now, is the Xur Regime auto rifle. This was once the boss weapon of the game. You would use this in pretty much any situation, and it was a monster in PvP. The Xur perk, which is the bottom half of each magazine, deals bonus damage and has a chance to return health when dealing damage. Well, that used to be a monster, as the bottom half perk on this one was especially good. They nerfed it, along with all auto rifles, but the nerf to the Xur was extremely severe, and it really took a lot of the steam out of this weapon. Now, with the upcoming weapon adjustments, where auto rifles are being, you know, perked back up a bit, the Xur might have a comeback. So, this is not a bad item to have. I always liked it. It's still a usable item in PvP. But it's not the beast it once was, and I don't think even with the boost it's going to be that beast, but it'll be serviceable. It's still a very good auto rifle. As you can see, very stable. It's got good range, got good impact, good rate of fire, good reload. It's good across the board. So this, I mean, obviously, you know, like I said, the Claws of Ankar are the best armor piece here, but the Xur blows any of those armor pieces away. If you can only buy one item this week, buy the Xur. We've got the exotic shard here. We got the helmet engram, so, you know, if you still don't have the ram, well, here's your chance. Maybe you could get a better roll on that Knucklehead Radar. Who knows? But you got that option this week. We've got pulse rifle telemetry, scout rifle telemetry, and sniper rifle telemetry this week. No auto rifle, so nothing to go with the Xur. We've got the plasma drive, which is blue, the emerald coil, green, and of course heavy ammo, and the Motovite, as usual. But as you can see here, this is another crap week for Xur. There's really nothing a standout here. The Xur was at one point, and it might be again. It's by far the best item. But really, you know, this is a pretty crappy week for Xur. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Xur's will is not his own, but your will is, and that is if you're willing to buy anything from Mr. Tentacleface himself this week. Remember, he's here at the reef, so don't bother looking at the tower. And I'm going to leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed this. I am the King, aka the Scott, and we'll see you next week.